Nowadays, when you think about the justice system, you don't think about law and order or even justice. Far from it, you think about false accusations, witch hunts, and many of the many ways the law could be weaponized. For the sake of this video, we'll focus on the US. How did we get to this point? And by this point, I mean this sorry state of the legal system. I'm not one of those guys who fantasize about an idealistic past that doesn't exist. So don't misunderstand me. The system has always been corrupt. In 1931, 9 black teenage boys were accused of rape in the state of Alabama. Their accusers being 2 white women, these boys were tried and convicted of the crime, despite a complete lack of evidence. We had the Salem witch trials in 1692, where the mere accusation of witchcraft was enough to get you sentenced to death with or without evidence. So you see, I really don't romanticize the past. Let's look at the US in the 2000s. The death penalty was still functional, and of course it was abused. 70% of the corrupt convictions being arrow-related. For context, the Me Too movement started in 2006, so it's safe to say that SA and arrow charges were the popular playbook before its creation. So what changed? What made us all wise to the corruption of the justice system? You know, it used to be like a myth in the past. Now it's more like a known secret. Everyone knows this. What happened was really changed. Yup, you're right. It was the Me Too movement. Of course, it's a Me Too movement. One might think maybe this movement was created specially to facilitate this. Founded in 2006 by Tarana Brooke or Bookie, I'm not really sure. I don't care. The Me Too movement became a global affair in merely 6 months of its inception. It ran on a team called, and I'm not joking, empowermental empathy. But basically, it incentivizes women to come out with essay allegations. Fake or true, doesn't matter, by guaranteeing their empowerment. Think about that. Which translates to financial benefits, social protection, and the assumption of truth. We all know you can't dangle all these benefits without certain people taking advantage of it. To be frank, I think abuse is a feature and not a side effect for a system like this. I have a question for you. What would you do if you were a woman that had access to men with wealth and power? It's a hypothetical question. What would you do? You've seen women get enriched and men destroyed without the need for substantial evidence. Imagine such a man being an asshole for a day. Imagine you are a narcissistic lady just looking to enrich herself. Now imagine you are given something tangible to destroy said man. Think about this. You get social protection, the law leans towards you, plus you get empowered, the whole thing. Speaking in seminars, feminist seminars, just imagine the whole glory. What would you do? Be honest with yourself. Be honest with yourself. Write your answers in the comments. I'll pause for a few seconds. Have you done it? All right, let's move on. So right now, I'm guessing we've established that most women are not evil, but if you reward certain behaviors, you'll see more of it. Now, this does not include Amber Heard.
You edited out the portions that made you look bad before sending it to TMC.
You're very wrong about that.
So
if I wanted to
Mr.
leak
Depp
information, I
looked
could have
bad.
done it in a more effective way, a lot sooner and a lot more.
Because you
I
knew
was
exactly
living
how to
with
do
a
that,
mountain
right?
of this evidence. If I wanted to leak it, I could have done a lot more with it.
I thought you testified earlier in this trial that you didn't know how to leak things.
I
Remember
don't.
that?
I think she's genuinely evil. Really, she's just, I don't know, there's no other thing. There's no other way to explain it. Come on. Maybe I'm being too dramatic. Maybe she's just narcissistic and psychotic. Nothing special there. Just, Honestly, I wonder how they lasted that long together. Maybe it's thanks to Johnny Depp not being particularly a bastion of stability,
You found drugs and alcohol at an early stage in your life, right?
I've certainly, yes, I did.
And you testified a couple days ago that you had done just about every kind of drug there was by age 13 or 14, right?
15.
15.
His life is cloudy and she was kind of the lightning in the mix, if you know what I mean. And we all know lightning is cool because it only strikes sometimes. If it strikes all the time, we're like, whoa, what's going on? Oh, what is this? Oh, Lord. I honestly think that's what happened to Johnny. He woke up one morning and was like, all right, this is too much lightning. I just want to see clouds. No more lightning. God, please take her away.
She brought up the situation of the Her fecal matter on the bed.
And the interesting thing is, she almost ruined his life. Like, she almost completely destroyed his life. He was dropped from his role as Captain Jack Sparrow. No director in Hollywood was going to cast him after those allegations. His career was going to be done. This I don't want to say work, but this work, Hollywood is as woke as it gets. So we all know what was going to happen to him. Mere allegations were enough to damage him thoroughly. All the time, Amber Heard being the sole perpetrator of the crimes she accused him of. He had to file a lawsuit against her, went through a grueling process just to clear his name. And after that, the whole world knew she was the abuser in the relationship. The whole world knew she was lying and he was innocent. But what happened? How did these same Hollywood producers react? Was she dropped from her role in Aquaman? No. Did she face any social repercussions? No. She even did an interview refuting the whole judgment and everything. It was blatant. It was clear to everyone as day she was the one in the wrong, right? Keep in mind, when Johnny got cancelled, he was just dropped like a ball. No one cared about him or anything. But look at her. Everyone is looking for an opportunity to cast her. Her name is not slandered on the news like what I don't know. It's crazy, right? It's crazy. So just tell me, why won't there be more women like her? Really? Why won't there be more women just going around dropping essay charges like, sticky bombs everywhere? There is no repercussions for them. It's almost like it's just like playing the lottery, You drop enough essay charges and maybe one would stick. Don't misunderstand me. There are women in real abusive relationships. There are women with, real, let's say, an arrow experience, and they feel so humiliated. All these poses have taken the edge from their tongues. Right now, essay and arrow charges are synonymous with false allegations. Because of the amount of false allegations, right now it's the kind of training our mind to attribute false allegations to essay or domestic violence, which is not true in every case. You hear any of these words like domestic or essay, you're like, here we go again. Another false charge. It's not our fault. It's not my fault. Ask the people that are ruining it for the real victims out there. Listen, the only way to fix this is to punish these false accusers. When you look at the damage done to men falsely accused, taking the edge of the voice of actual victims pales in comparison. It pales by a huge margin. For example, the main girl on record accusing the Tates of sex trafficking has accused 7 other men of kidnapping of some sort, one of which killed himself. This is so sad. Imagine working so hard to make something of yourself as a man. If you're a man, you know how hard this is. And then you finally get some success. And some witch comes around, destroys your reputation. Everything you've worked so hard for, you lose them. Just imagine, just think about it for a second. It's no wonder a man would kill himself. It's the worst kind of tragedy. Not everyone has the stomach to watch everything they've worked for go down the drain, to watch their reputation plummet, to watch family and friends look at them funny. Not everyone has the stomach for this. So to answer the question, how did we get to this point? My conclusions are, we were always there. It just increases or decreases in intensity. Listen, corruption would always exist. The question is, would you fight it or would you partake in it? Hey, if you've stayed up to this point, thank you. I really do appreciate it. I do. Expect to see more videos of me. This week, I couldn't upload much more because I had to fix certain things. I want to improve the quality of my videos and expect to see more. I think a lot of things happened this week that I could have made a video about. So expect to see these videos. A lot of interesting topics coming up. So thank you. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. And leave your opinions in the comments. It really do help. It helps me. And I'll reply to your comments. We can go back and forth if you want. And yeah, I'll see you until next time. Thank you.
I don't lie with words that leave my lips. I'm telling you, don't kiss the slips. I've seen the work it does and I show you it's exquisite. If you're stressing, I advise you bring your flowers down and smell it. Don't you worry, these are cool.